Hello guys, Hozen here, Hozen Guitars. Today I'm going to show you how we restring a slotted headstock guitar. Right, we have a very beautiful gold guitar here from the Red label. Yes, who doesn't like gold, right? We're gonna take off the strings, but before that, I would like to introduce to you a couple of stuff that we actually prepared beforehand. We have the Allen key, which is a special edition Hozen Guitars Allen key for the truss rod adjustment. We have an off-the-shelf string cutter with a bridge pin puller. We have the strings cutter as well here. This is what we use at the workshop. And then we have a plier here, mechanical string winder, a tuner, very important. We have a polishing cloth, right, a Hozen polishing cloth, fret butter here, of course, strings. We use Elixir 5313 HD lights for our guitar. Turtle wax, make sure it's silicone free. So before we start the restringing, we don't just cut the strings right away. There's 70 kilograms of tension right now on the system. The last thing we want is to introduce any form of shock into the system. Same goes for humidity as well. I have always emphasized on the importance of humidity care for your instrument, and that's really important. This one is the same here. We don't want to cut the strings, so we will lose the strings. All right, let's go. Okay, so now this is where the bridge pin puller will come in handy, because we're going to remove the bridge pin. This is the string winder, the commercially available string winder. What we actually use in the workshop, the mechanical winder. But of course, if you can't afford one, it's good enough. It does the job very well. So let me show you. This is the part that we actually remove the bridge pin. So it goes in here, and then you can pull it out. Right. But I'm not so used to this. This is what we use at the workshop. So I'm going to remove the rest using this. It's really neat stuff here. This is a string cutter that we use to cut strings as well. So I'll show you how we do it. So yes, immediately the strings pop out and we can just remove it. In the event that the strings it's not coming out, you just put your hand in through the sound hole and just push, just give it a gentle push, and it will just come out from the bottom, because it's sitting very tightly under the bridge plate, which is a good thing. You're gonna remove the strings. You can see actually these strings actually pop out quite easily. If you actually completely unwind them, they actually just pop right out. If not, you always have a plier that you can use. Oh, that's easy with a plier. So what we're going to do with the strings, coil them up so that it doesn't look like a mess before you throw it in a bin. Alright, with the strings gone, this is the perfect time to clean your guitar. Give your guitar a good wipe down, especially this area that usually is covered by the strings, as well as this area. And at the same time, we're going to clean this fretboard. So let's do it. Polish cloth. So I'm only focusing on this part because after I get the strings on, I will clean the rest of the guitar, because I'm sure the rest of the guitars will have my fingerprints everywhere. I personally use this fret butter. I really like this stuff. A little bit goes a long way. This is for cleaning the fretboard. All right, let's go. And it's reusable. So a little bit of this, and I will just put it back into this airtight protection sleeve. So okay, now we get a clean cloth. We're going to wipe off the excess. As you wipe, you can actually see that the frets are shining up again. And somehow the pearl is a little bit shinier. Okay, see so much grime has came off. One more round, just make sure all the excess are wiped up. And so yeah, voila, you have a nice clean fingerboard right now. And it's time to put on the strings. Alright, so we have a set of Elixir strings here, 5313, that's what we use at the workshop, and that's what we use for all our Hozen guitars right now. So I'll show you that we're going to put in the strings here first. We're going to put it at the end, the bridge pins. Then I will show you how we actually tie at the machine head. So it's good that we actually got the numbers labeled, so we know which one is which one. So there you go, number 1 goes in. And as you put it in, you want to pull. There should be a little bit snug when it bites into the bridge plate. There you go. You hear that? Yep, that's the one we want to hear. It's done here, and I will show you what we do on the top of the machine head. All right, so we're going to do this in steps. So the first step is we're going to do E, A, and D, followed by on the other side, which is E, B, and G. So I'm doing it this way up so that I don't get messed up. It gets easier as you move from the bottom upwards. So how much slack? The slacks is it differs a little bit from packs to packs. For this one, it's 1. So that's how much slack we need. From here, the tuning pack here, up to the next tuning pack. That's the amount of slack that we want. All right, and we use a plier and grab here. That's about it. All right. And what we do for this is we create a kink. We want to bend it right here. We do it for hexagon core strings, something like Elixir strings. We're able to do that. But if it's round core strings, there's no point doing it. So for round core strings, I'll just put it in the hole and I'll just keep winding because they don't stay in the shape at all. So we have bent it, you can see, and we're going to cut it. So it's about 1 cm. So that's about it, 1 cm. That's all we need. Well, in it goes. 1 cm, if you think it's too much, maybe a little bit more, it's up to you. But that's what we do at the workshop, 1 cm. And for this E string, what we're going to do is we're going to wound it on the outside first, and then we move to the inside. You can see this is on the outside, and as I pass this, I go to the inside. And that's where I want the strings, I want to be guiding the strings along. Okay. And it doesn't overlap at all. Okay. As you're coiling a string, you must exert a certain level of tension on the string. You're in control of the string rather than the string controlling you. And there you go. Okay. We're going to repeat the same step for the rest of the strings as well. But this time round, it's 2 tuning packs, all right? This is where it goes, 1, 2. So that's where it will go. That's where I will grab it and I will kink it. And after I kink it, yes, the procedure is the same, 1 cm. Go. That's it. And for this string, it's the opposite from what we did on the 6E string. We're going to do it on the inside first, and then we push it out. So there you go. I'm doing it slowly for you to see. It's inside coil, and then we're going to guide the string outwards. You can see. There you go. Now the D string is the same, but there's no more string poles on top. Okay, we're going to imagine. Okay, we're going to put some imagination. 2. It's about here. All right. Let's do the same thing again. 1 cm. So much easier, man, right? Okay, so this side is done. We're going to move on to the next side. I'm going to start again the same E string as well first. As we work ourselves up, you can already see this one, we're going to give it a little bit more slack on this high E string. I want it to be 2.5 up, right? So it's going to be somewhere here. And same, clink it. I'm going to show you the same slow way as well. It's going to be, this is E string. Remember what I said about E string. We're going to do it on the, we're going to coil it on the outside, then we're going to go back in. Okay, so that's the plan. So yes, this is on the outside. On the inside first, then it goes out. Alright, you can see right now, this is what we want. This is how the strings will look like after we restring it. This is how the strings will run, and they are clearing off the headstock. You know, that's the result we want, so that the strings are not rubbing against the headstock. Alright, we're going to do the famous tune now. So we have a trusty Peterson tuner here, and we're going to start doing it. With the guitar in tune, that's one last thing we like to check. We like to check the relief. One finger here and one finger here, and then we can see. What we want to see is a paper will be able to go through. And right now I'm looking at that this truss rod needs to be adjusted. The guitar has a little bit too much relief, what you can see here. And we're going to adjust a little bit more to straighten out the neck. To straighten out the neck, we're going to turn the truss rod, because we want the neck to move away from you. Right now the neck's like that, and we want to straighten out, so we need to move this backwards. That's how I imagine things. So we want to move this away from you. We're going to move the Allen key away from you, all right? But of course, most people just say clockwise or counterclockwise, but right, move it. I'm pushing it away from me. That's how I remember things. Okay, and then I'm going to check again. Right, that's about it. That's about what I like here, the relief. There's a little bit of relief. And, all right, there you go. We're done up, and then we're going to clean up the guitar right now. A little bit of wax here. We're going to use turtle wax here. That's what we use at the workshop. A little bit of wax on a little back cloth, and then we're going to wipe it down. Just get rid of all the fingerprints that we have. Alright, now with guitar clean, that's the end. Thank you very much for watching.